wedding take place. A wedding took place at Cana in Galilee.
Yeah, Cana in Galilee. Here is the Galilee and the Jordan River. This is Dead Sea. Then this is the Bethsaida, hometown of Peter, and this is Capernaum. And there is Nazareth. And Cana is about here. Cana, maybe about 10 miles from Nazareth. So when you walk 10 miles, how long does it take? 3-4 hours. So anyway, Jesus' ministry was all around here, but the wedding was in Cana in Galilee. I want to tell briefly about marriage, wedding in Jesus' time. First, well, nowadays we have the betrothal. Betrothal. This is our terms. It's like an engagement, but a little different. Once they are engaged, this is legally 100% marriage. So if they want to break it, they have to go legal process of divorce. But this one, bridegroom to be leaves his home and then walks to the future bride's home, and then set the price, bridal price. So
I thought for a long time that betrothal means hybrid of dating / engaging, because it could be a long time. That's what I thought.
They said that at this time, bride is not involved. Bride father has all right to decide. So bride father, and then bridegroom set up the price, and then pay the bridal price. They said that many meet for the first time wedding day. So, okay, father says how much, okay, then groom will pay. And then that's it, he walked back, and then he builds, the bride stays home, father's home. So he built a room or chamber for her to live. And then he returns to father's house, groom's house, and then he built the room for her. And it takes about 1 or 2 years. And then he said 2 years. And then groom's father decided when to return. Groom's father decided, okay, now it's ready. You go to her house, bring her back. So then the bride is waiting. She's waiting at her home with lamp, because she doesn't know when he's coming, with lamp and veil, because once she's engaged, whenever she goes out, she covers herself with the veil. So with these two things, she waits day and night, because she doesn't know when he comes. And then, so when he brings her, and then because they do not know when he's coming, when the bridegroom arrives, groom's friend shout, bridegroom comes, and then she quickly get ready herself because she's been waiting. And then when she comes bridegroom's house, there is a marriage ceremony. It's a very private, with a few people, group of people have a marriage ceremony. After this marriage ceremony, and they go honeymoon, and then they sleep in the room he built, for 1 week. And then after that, have a marriage feast. And at the time, many people are invited and have a 1 week marriage feast. It lasts 1 week. So this one has a lot of background of the Bible story, because this period was Joseph and Mary, and then when he leaves her, he will say, I will go to my father's house and prepare room for you, and I will come back. It's very similar to what?
Oh no, I was gonna make a comment that they have the honeymoon before the marriage feast.
Honeymoon
It's
first.
usually the opposite.
Yeah, it is opposite. Because this proves consummation. This proves they are wife and husband. Then celebrate. And it makes sense, right? And then this is Mary Joseph's. And when are you coming? I don't know. Only my father knows. And then this one is the parable of 10 virgins. And then today we have this background, marriage in the Cana. So a lot of Bible has Jesus as our groom, and then we are bride. A lot of Bible parables, stories, background, we can understand better with this one. Okay. Question 2.
Who invited to the wedding? Jesus' mother, Jesus, and Jesus' disciples.
Okay. Question 3.
What problem did Mary find? There was no wine. How did she find the problem? How did she fix the problem?
Find the problem. How did she find the problem that they are out of wine?
She talked to Jesus.
No, question is, how did Mary found out that they were out of wine?
Mary was in charge in some kind of feast food.
Closer?
Charge of wine.
One of the bridesmaids?
Mary?
Mary is one of the bridesmaids.
Well, maybe she was working in the kitchen. She was working in the kitchen. So guest will find out that they are out of wine when they ask wine and, oh, no more wine. But Mary found out before anybody else, because maybe she was in the kitchen and helping. She was not enjoying wedding feast as a guest, but she was behind. She was busy in the kitchen, and then that's how she found out they ran out of wine. Question 4.
If you find the problem, how would you solve the problem?
Okay.
It depends the time. When in ancient time, I don't know. But in nowadays we could buy new one.
Right.
Go to the store and buy.
You will look for money, and then you will run to the store. Solve with the money. Or if she doesn't have money, or she could report to the owner. She will go to the owner and then, hey, Mr. So-and-so, we have a big problem here. We are out of wine. But question 4.
Was there a store at that time?
Huh?
Was there a store?
No store at that
No store.
Oh.
Question 5. To whom did she report the problem?
Jesus.
Yeah. She reported the problem to Jesus. So it's a little bit unusual because she didn't solve it with the money. She didn't report it to the owner. She reported it to Jesus. Some teach this as her prayer. She prayed to Jesus. Our prayer to Jesus. But anyway, she believed Jesus would do something. Jesus didn't perform any miracles yet, so she doesn't know. She didn't know Jesus could do it, but somehow she trusted Jesus, and Jesus would do something about this. So she has a big trust in Jesus. Okay. Question 6. What did Jesus answer?
Dear woman, what do you involve me?
Why?
Why do you involve me? My time has not yet come.
Yeah. So, okay, let's think about. Dear woman, why do you involve me? What does it mean? Why do you involve me?
But it means, why do you know I can deal with it?
Oh, this is no good. This is his original Greek. What to me and to you, woman? Or another translation I got is, what concern is that to you?
Or in the ESV it says, woman, what does this have to do with me?
Okay. What does it has to do with me?
This have to do.
Have to do with me.
Yes.
Okay. So this is what Jesus said. So what does it mean? Or NIV, why do you involve me?
Mhm.
So the woman is
Very-
maybe there is no proper word in English, but this is a respecting word. This
woman.
very respecting word. So what does it mean? What Jesus trying to say with this? Is it rejection?
No. I don't feel any rejection. But,
In the English translation, it seems to be rude.
Rude? Is it rude?
Because of the way that it's worded, it seems to be he's being rude. That's English.
Mm.
Why do you let me know about with this with this kind of problems?
Mm.
Or, what do you want me to do with this?
Mm.
Like that.
Up to now, Jesus was obedient son.
Mhm.
He was always obedient to Mary because mother. But now, no longer, because he is Messiah. Now he started his ministry as Messiah. So no longer Jesus will receive assignment from Mary or from anyone because now he is Messiah. You know, I raised my son. My son was very, very obedient. After he graduated college, he got his own apartment. I went to his apartment, and either thermostat was too high or too low temperature, and I was gonna change it and trying to touch it. He said, "Mom, no, this is my apartment. This is my place. I am in charge of it. Don't touch." So, wow, okay, very similar. Jesus is now Messiah, and he clearly says, I no longer receive assignment from you. So, between Mary and Jesus, as a mother and son relationship is now turning around. Jesus is Messiah, Mary is, under the Messiah. This is a new relationship, and Jesus made it very clear. So, my time has not yet come. What does it mean? So this is not rejection. Jesus said, when time comes, Mary's request has been accepted, but when time comes, he will do. My time has not yet come. This is not rejection, but timing. It's not my time yet. So what is Mary's time?
No.
What is Mary's time? Or our time? Our time.
Now.
Our time is
Who is now?
now when I need something, we ask Jesus. when I want, when I need. That's my time. So we ask Jesus to do this until when? We ask Jesus to do it. But Jesus said, now we are ran out of wine. Now they need wine. Jesus said, my time is not yet. So Jesus' time. We can think in two ways. The hour has come or the hour has not come. That time is Jesus' death, Jesus' suffering and death on the cross. That's suffering. Then God set up this time, Jesus' suffering and death, that Jesus called that the hour. The hour has not come, like that. So another Jesus time, which is in this passage today, is that time he wants to work. Time he wants to work. So it didn't go together. Many wants, they need right now. Jesus said, my time is not yet. So it's different time. And does Jesus follow our time?
Not always.
No, Jesus doesn't go our time. No, he doesn't. We have to follow Jesus' time. So we have to understand in Christian life, we have to follow Jesus' time because Jesus will not follow our time. It is also John chapter 7. You will see Jesus' brothers once Jesus go to Jerusalem. Jesus said, no, you go on your own because it's night. My time is not yet come. So Jesus refused to go together with the brothers. So Jesus said, for you, any time is right, but the right time for me has not come yet. Jesus will not follow our time. Brothers urged Jesus, but Jesus said, no, you go by yourself. So we have to understand Jesus' time because this is the time Jesus will move, Jesus will work. Question 7. Was Mary hurt because of Jesus answered like that?
Why did Mary turn to the servant? She ordered the servants to do whatever he tells you.
Mm-hmm. She told servant to whatever he tells you. So why did she turn to servants?
She believed that Jesus will do something for her.
Right. First of all, Mary was not emotional. She was not. And she understood and she made an environment of obedience. Obedience. You know, Mary, she herself obeyed angel's message. She I am your handmaid, let your will be done. She obeyed. Mary understand God works through obedience. Prophet Samuel said, obedience is better than sacrifice. It is really essence of faith. Obedience is better than sacrifice. Mary understood God works through obedience. So she looked at the servants. Will Jesus work with the bride, master of the banquet, or guest? They didn't come to work here. They came here to eat, to enjoy. But servants are people who are ready to work. They are ready to work. She had a really right judgment. Because the people who don't want to work, it's very hard to make them work. But servants are, in this feast, marriage feast, only servants are ready to work, willing to work. So Mary gave them, prepare their heart to whatever he tells you. Next question, question 8.
Okay. What is obedience according to Mary?
What is obedience? Okay, what is obedience according to Mary?
Waiting.
No, Mary said to the servant.
What Jesus said.
Whatever.
Yeah. Do whatever he tells you. This is obedience. This is obedience. Do whatever he tells you. He asks you to push up 100 times. He does.
And I will respond, give me the Holy Spirit, I could do that.
Okay, do it. Run 5K, and then they do it. Whatever he tells you. Deliver Sunday message for children's worship service. Do it. Do it. Do whatever he tells you. That's obedience. Our problem to obedience is our obstacle to obedience. What is obstacle to obedience? We demand understanding. We demand understanding. I don't understand. I don't understand. That means I cannot obey because I don't understand. That's we live in this generation. I don't understand, so no, I cannot do it. We have to make them understand to obey. I think my Sunday message really concentrate trying to make understand. But another obstacle to obedience, even though we understand, we do not obey. We do not do it. Even though whole situation explained all everything from the passage. See, it is God says da 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 da. Even though we understand, we don't want to do it. So Mary's understanding of obedience is, even though you don't understand, do whatever Jesus tells you. That's what Mary prepared their heart. So the servants, okay, we are gonna do whatever Jesus tells us. Not because they understand, or not because they don't want to. The heart is whatever. Question 9.
What was the first command of Jesus to the man? Jesus said to the man, fill the jars with water.
Okay, Jesus says, fill the jars with the water. So how many jars were there?
3.
6.
6 jars. So each jar holds 20 to 30 gallon water. How many gallons of water a man can carry? Can you carry 5 gallon?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
More?
20.
No way.
Depending on how you carry it. you
Right,
can carry it.
depending on how carry. So I think that 5 gallon is enough. You know, I have a bucket for 5 gallon. I cannot move, so that they can, you know. So I don't know where they carry the water, but if they carry 5 gallons at a time to fill one jar, how many trips they have to do it?
And let's do 5 or 6.
4 times, 4 times, 4 times, and then 6 of them. Is it correct? 5 gallons, one trip. 5 gallon, one trip. So 4 times,
20 gallons.
24 trips. 24 trips. 24 trips to fill all of it. I don't know how far, you know, they have to go to fill it. This one is ceremonial washing. This is not drinking water. This is that when before they eat, they have to, by the law, they have to wash their hands. So they have to 24 trips. If two servants go together, they have to make 12 trips. 3 servants go together, they have to make 8 trips. So this is a lot of work. Okay. Question 9. Why is it difficult to obey? Jesus said, fill the jars. Why is it difficult to obey?
Maybe they are busy with others.
Right, they are busy. They have a continuously run and serve and a lot of work, so busy. Why are they busy? Why they have to build this? The guests already used all their water to wash their hand. It's not the priority. So, and then another reason is a lot of work, and other reason they cannot obey.
They don't understand.
They don't understand. Yeah, they don't understand. And like us, if we don't understand, we don't do it. Right?
Also, it's not the owner.
Right.
Just
Jesus is one of the guests. Jesus was one of the guests. If somebody guest come to my house for my party and ask me to do this, I say, who are you? This is servant. Servant is, who are you? Anyway, how did the servants obey?
they filled them to the brim.
Yeah, they filled to the brim, is to the top. So their obedience was really full obedience with joy, enthusiasm. They did not pretend to obey. No. They obeyed full. They filled each jar to the top. That means they obeyed from the heart. Oh, he says, fill the jars. Let's do it. They work and then sweat and they fill all 6 jars with water. Question 10.
What is the second command of Jesus to the command of Jesus to the servants? Bring it to the master of ceremonies.
Mm-hmm.
Why was it difficult to obey? Because they feel that the master of ceremonies is going to place water rather than wine.
Uh-huh.
So again, they didn't understand.
Mhm.
How did the servants obey? He just do it.
Yeah, to me, if I were the servant, I wouldn't do it because this is not drinking water.
Mm.
It is washing water, washing hand and feet.
It would be make the master be angry.
Angry. He may be angry. What is this? Do you insult me? Did I ask you water? Will be angry. But the servant obeyed. They took the water to the master of the banquet. Question 11.
When was the water changed into wine?
When was the water changed into wine?
After they filled them to the brim.
Okay, that's the one of the theory also.
As they were bringing it
Right, on the way.
on the way.
And so, if this turned to wine, no problem to carry. Why change it to wine? And then obedience will be easy. But it wasn't. So they're carrying the wine. They're carrying in the jar, something like that. On the way, before they arrived at the banquet of the master, it's on the way it changed to wine. It changed to wine. So while walking from here, it's usually outside of a house, entrance of the house. So from there, while walking, the water changes to wine. Okay. So there are two theories. Water change wine in the jar, as you mentioned, or another one is while walking. I go after this one because this already changed here. Then it's not difficult to obey because they see, wow, it changed to wine, and let's take it to rest of the feast. But that was not the case. That it required blind obedience. Question 12.
After tasting the wine, what did the master of the banquet say and do? He said, it's unreasonable. Why you guys bring the top quality wine later? You're supposed to bring earlier and then later the cheap one. But he didn't know, so he said that way.
Okay. He tasted it and it was really good wine, and he called the bridegroom. And then bridegroom came and praised him. People serve good wine first. After drunken, they give out cheaper wine. But you saved such a good wine even later, and praised the bridegroom.
Usually, the master of the banquet, I think, master of the banquet should be bridegroom.
Different.
Different.
Yeah. Okay, question 13.
Who knew that Jesus changed the water into wine? Why did they know? Who did not know that Jesus changed the water into wine? Why didn't they know? The servants, they knew because
So-
they obeyed.
Who knew Jesus changed the water into wine? Who knew?
Servant and Mary.
The servant. Why do they know servants?
Because they obeyed. They did.
Water, something new
They participated, right? They obeyed. And they knew. It's sure. We draw the water, we carry the water, and it was water when I took it, but it changed to wine. So they know. And then Mary knows. Why does she know?
Because she knew the wine ran out of it.
Right. She knows there's no more wine. And then she prepared the servants. And then now they are full of wine. So she knew. And who else knew? Disciples. Disciples knew because they watched closely. They watched and they saw. They watched. They watched Jesus. They carefully watched Jesus. Okay, who didn't know?
The master of the banquet,
A lot of people.
Yeah.
guests.
Okay, the master of the banquet. Who didn't know?
Guests.
Bridegroom,
bridegroom,
other guests.
all the guests. So, why they didn't know?
They didn't see.
They didn't participate.
They didn't participate. They didn't obey. They didn't participate. What they are doing?
They
Enjoying
were enjoying.
the feast.
They were eating. They enjoyed the wine. They enjoyed the Jesus wine. They enjoyed the top quality wine. But they didn't know how the wine came from. How? So, what did they gain, these people? What did they gain? Yeah, they gained the faith in Jesus. They gained faith in Jesus. And they had a free wine. They had a free wine. This disappear next day. When they pee, it's gone. Faith in Jesus lead them to heaven. Mary was the guest. She was invited. But she didn't go there to eat. She went there to serve. She went there to serve. That's what it is very, very clear. When we go to church to eat, to be served, like to sit down, enjoy, don't know what's going on. But when we, in the back, when we serve, we gain faith. Gain faith. One time I was preparing the conference throughout Canada and America, and I was serving like around 40 people. Wow. I had a situation like this. I was desperate and didn't know what to do. I just prayed and obeyed. A miracle happened. And then every guest came, about 30, 40 missionaries came, and they enjoyed the conference and food. They enjoyed, but they don't know the story behind the story I went through. Miracle. Wow. So hopefully Shepherd Johnny can experience such miracle while preparing this New Year's conference.
You're cooking?
No
Not
cooking.
cooking.
No cooking. No barbecue.
Actually, the cooking, I know chicken has spicy.
Chicken nuggets. KFC.
Something come to chicken nugget.
We are out of rice.
I never
Send
imagined.
the to rice.
But here, master of a banquet didn't know. So somebody who work in the kitchen will find out. Okay, next question.
What was the difference between sign and miracle?
Okay, this is the last verse, verse 11. This is the first. Okay, this is the first. What is that in your Bible, Brother Gana?
Okay. This, the first of his sign, Jesus did at
Of
Cana.
his sign?
Of his signs.
Okay. Signs. Alright, so miraculous signs. This is the NIV, and this is
ESV.
ESV, and this is the correct translation. And the NIV translator put this word, but it's not correct one. So what's the difference between signs and miracles?
Miracle is like unbelievable phenomenon, like that. And
Yeah.
the sign would be more than that. So there is a meaning behind as well.
To me, sign is like that indicate who Jesus is, and then miracles is like recipient to us. There is something happening to our life. So
Sign is like, for me, like a direction, like a signpost.
Uh-huh.
And miracle is answered prayer.
Both of them miracle, and this one emphasize dunamis. This one emphasize power, supernatural power. Power. And then this one signs is behind this deeper meaning.
Sign is deeper.
Yeah. They deeper meaning behind the sign. Jesus healed a man paralyzed for 30 years. What's the meaning behind? So that's the whole Gospel John. Gospel John uses the word sign. He doesn't use the word miracle. And then he uses the sign because he has a show miracle, and then they follow Jesus' sermon, meaning behind it. Here is the sign, and then follows by meaning behind. Meaning behind. Here is the sign, and then explain the meaning behind. So John uses not miracle word, he uses the sign. But this one, Cana in Galilee, Jesus just the sign, and then sermon doesn't follow this one. But the rest, we will have a miracle, and then Jesus discourse about meaning behind. Okay, question 15. Everybody answer question 15. Okay. Through this passage, based on to this passage, when is Jesus' time?
Jesus' time is when we believe and obey.
50%. 50%. Choose one. Choose one.
When we believe.
0%.
The other one.
Oh yeah, I was a little bit sleepy.
Okay, when is Jesus' time? Sister Rebecca says, when we obey. Okay, who else? Who else?
When we obey with faith.
Okay. When we obey with faith.
Because we already talked about people not obeying because they have disbelief or can't understand.
Uh-huh. Okay.
When Jesus talked.
When Jesus talked.
Mhm.
And we obey with faith.
Comment.
You know, when you think about it. Yeah, so no more wine. No more wine. And Jesus refused. My time is not yet. My time is not. I cannot move. I don't want to move because it's not my time. And then Mary intervened, prepare obedience. And then he says a servant, go fill the jars, 6 jars with water. And they did.
So according to the scripture, when we are ready, that's Jesus' time.
108 plus. Wow, give him a hand. Give him a hand. Yeah. Jesus' time comes. Jesus' time comes. When we obey, then time came here to change water into wine. Because when we obey Jesus' time, we obey quickly. Jesus' time comes quickly. We don't obey quickly. Jesus' times come late. We never obey. Jesus' time will never come. Jesus' time depends on
Us.
when we obey. So everything is ready in obedience. That's Jesus' time. You know, I see we do that. We don't obey, and then when Jesus is going to give this to me, when Jesus is going to give it to me, what is the obstacle? Not obeying. It is all up to us. We obey His time. Even His time will come in 30 minutes, 10 minutes when we obey. Okay, question 16.
This was answer. Oh, me. Why did Jesus perform this sign, this first sign? Because people are willing to obey and follow.
I will just mention it. Verse 11, He revealed His glory. He revealed. I mean, there is many reasons. Jesus want to really bless this poor family. Jesus want to bless their wedding, but main reason is to reveal the glory of the Son of God, so that disciples put faith in Him. So He did. Okay, today Bible study is up to here, and we will share and pray. Wow, Shepherd Johnny had a hit.